Polish Freaks, welcome back. Today I'm going to get into a summer collection. Yay, we're getting close to summer and it's warm and beautiful outside. By the way, I just did a garden tour in my backyard. I have a new gardening channel called Polish Garden. I've been working hard at it and I have quite a few videos over there already, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. I'll put a link up here somewhere. And then also, just so you know, I will have a link always in the corner, I think it's down here, where you can click to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you haven't, my name is Laurie. I love to review nail polish collections and do comparisons. I feel like that's kind of my thing, is doing comparisons. If you see a polish and you wonder if it's similar to one that they've already come out with, I like to provide that information so you can know whether it's good to buy it or not, and to help you make that decision. I also wanted to say that sorry it takes me a little while to get my videos out sometimes. I do a lot of comparisons and each video probably takes me about 6 to 8 hours depending on the colors and what comparisons I'm doing. And if I'm doing a larger collection like an OPI collection, that can take me up to 10 hours, and that's like total time finding comparisons, swatching everything, doing the live swatches, pulling everything out, and then doing all the filming and doing all the editing at the end. So I appreciate you being patient with me at times. I know I'm not always the first one to get my collection reviews out, but I try to just plow through them, and sometimes it takes me a little bit. I still have a few spring collections left to review, but I thought I'd jump on this summer collection so you guys could see it, because I know you guys get really excited. This is the Essie Soul Searching collection, and there's 6 pieces in it. I purchased this on Ulta just because it's available there now, as well as Amazon. It will be popping up at Beyond Polish, and you can use my code GOLARI10 for that to get a 10% discount. That is the best place to buy it and the cheapest. So it's nice to like make a list, and then once they're available, I will tell you on Insta stories sometimes when they pop up on Beyond Polish, so you can jump on that and be ready and know which ones you want to get, because sometimes they do get picked out. I will link down this cozy sweatshirt down below. What I'm wearing on my lips is this gorgeous Dior Addict lip glow in lilac, and it's a beautiful glossy light pink. Love these. They're so comfortable on the lips. They're really just a lip gloss. Love them. Okay, so there are 6 pieces in this collection. 2 are shimmers and 4 are creams, which made me happy. I feel like they all kind of go along with the sun. They're great. They're a little interesting though. They're all really warm, which I actually really like. I'm really liking the warm tones this year. Usually I gravitate towards cool tones. I still am, but I'm liking a lot of the more warmer tones too. So if warmer tones are good for you, you're gonna love this collection, and let's get into it. I'm gonna start out with Glisten to Your Heart, and this is gorgeous. You know I'm loving these shimmers, especially these pearly shimmers that are a little bit more subtle but glowy. And this one is like a champagne nude color, and then it has this orange shimmer in it, which makes it look kind of a gold orange as it shifts, and it's so pretty. And I think it's going to be so stunning in the summer when you have a tan. I think it would be so pretty on the toes, and it builds up very nice as well. I got this opaque in 2 coats. You might need 3 depending on how you apply it, but I was surprised to see that it built up very well. I really just found myself liking this one quite a bit, especially the warmth of it, and especially for summer. So I think this one's so fun, and I think you guys are really gonna like this one. And I think you could really wear this with anything, which is kind of nice with a polish to not have to think about what you might want to wear with your polish, but sometimes that's fun too. I have one comparison to this. I don't have a ton of shades like this, and this one I feel like is pretty unique, but I want to compare it to Many Thanks here, and I feel like this is kind of an updated, upgraded, more trendy version of Many Thanks. Many Thanks is the same color tone, but it is more glittery, and this one's a little bit more pearly with that subtle shimmer, and I just think it's so stunning. I love it. So hopefully that comparison is a little helpful. If you love Many Thanks, then you're really gonna like this one, I think. So I think this is one to pick up for sure. This next one is Meditation Heaven, and I love this one too, you guys. It has a brightness to it. It's a really bright yellow. Yeah, it's still a little bit soft, so it's not super stark or like neon or bright anything. It's the perfect brightness for summer, and the color is so pretty. It leans a little bit more cool. It totally reminds me of Banana Laffy Taffies, which are my favorite, and it just made me think of summer. I don't know why that makes me think of summer. It's stunning, you guys, and it is a little different than some of the yellows we have. I mean, it's just slightly different, and I will show you that in a minute. And it builds up really nice, nicer than I thought it would be. I think you're going to get it opaque in 2 to 3 coats. Sometimes with yellows, 3 coats is pretty standard, and I think you might be able to get away with 2 depending on how thick you apply it, but sometimes it's nice to just do those 3 thinner coats. I don't know if I said this before, did I? it's gonna look great with a tan, and I cannot wait to wear this summer. I think this is one to pick up too. So let's look at comparisons, because I know you're going to want to see how it compares to other polishes, especially that Essie has, and I think I have one OPI polish in there. So I compared it to Hey There, and that's slightly more muted. It's not as bright for sure, but it's kind of like that same colored tone. And then All Fun and Games is also muted and a little bit softer, and you can see where Meditation Haven is just a touch cooler, which I love, and a touch brighter, and it's going to be perfect for summer. OPI is a bright yellow that leans more orange. This was the closest that they have. They have some darker ones, and then they have some really light pale ones, and this one, Meditation Haven, is kind of in between that. So I feel like this one's a little different, and I love it. It's like my Banana Laffy Taffy shade, and it's always going to be known to me as that, and I love it. Then we have a Soul Searching, which is the namesake of this collection, I believe. It is another terracotta. They're bringing us more terracottas. This one is a really warm one too, but it does have a hint of pink and a little bit of red, because that's what makes terracotta, you guys. No, but really, I do like it's a little more pink, but I feel like with my skin tone, it just didn't look really good. It brings out a lot of red in my skin tone. I feel like my skin tone's turning a little bit more red as I get older. I don't like it to bring it out so much. So this one's not my favorite, but it's mostly due to my color tone. The formula is beautiful on this one, so thick and gorgeous. You're going to be able to get this opaque in one coat and maybe just even stick to one. I usually will always do two no matter what, even if it's opaque in one coat, but this formula is so nice and thick that you can probably just get away with the one. So this is a nice fast applying polish. You'll just have to decide if it'll look good on your skin tone, because I don't know, I'm just kind of picky with shades like this. And Essie has about 1 million of these, and I was curious to see how it would compare, so let's look at that. I think I have 2 sets of comparisons. So I compared it to Let It Slide, and that one's darker and a more vibrant orange, and then NFT is a touch lighter and a little more peachy. Paintbrush It Off is more brown, and so those are all a little bit different. And then now we have my second comparisons, and this is Fall for NYC, is more of a muted orange. Taj Mahal is one of my favorites. It's been around for a super long time. I'm guessing since 2012 or 2013. I've had to put so much thinner in this bottle to keep it going, but it's one of my favorites, and so I just want to make sure I'm keeping it good. It has a touch of coral in it. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it just looks better on my skin tone. It just stands out a little bit more, and so I still love that one. That's my favorite out of all of these. And then Snooze In is more of a pinky peach, which I like also, but also kind of looks pretty similar to my skin tone. So I'll let you decide which one you like. In fact, tell me which one you like out of all of those. I'm just curious to see which ones people are liking, and I really want to know. So please tell me down below, because there's so many of these shades, and I'm just wondering like who's loving all of them and which ones are your favorites, like the more brown, the more pink leaning, or the more kind of red corally leaning. There's so many different ones, and so this one is kind of unique, so you can decide if you want to get it or not. Then we have Breathe In, Breathe Out, and this one is so pretty. It's a beautiful lilac that leans quite a bit purple, and what I fell in love with mostly, well, besides the color, because I do like this muted color. I think I do find it a little interesting for summer, but I like to see different things also to kind of see what maybe I might like to wear during the summer. I think this would be fun with a nice tan, and so I do like it. But what I love about it is the Crelly formula. It is fantastic. I love a good Crelly formula. So Crelly, a lot of people ask me what that means. So it's kind of a cream and a jelly mix, so it's really glossy and shiny and beautiful. It's not quite opaque in one coat. It's very close, but it builds up very nicely in 2 coats, and that is just my favorite type of formula. And so this was a dream to apply. I just absolutely loved it, and I love the color. I think you'll like it too, but let's dig into those comparisons, because Essie has quite a few shades like this as well. I have 2 comparisons for this one. So I compared it to Note to Elf, and that one's more of a lighter lilac. Suchu's Swell is probably the closest, but it is more pink. And then It Takes a West Village is closer, but a touch richer and a little bit more purple. So those are all a little bit different. And then we have Lavender to Find Courage from OPI, and that one's lighter. And then OPI Lucky Lucky Lavender is lighter and more pink. And then Susie Will Quench You Later is more of a pink, and that's one of my favorites. I love doing comparisons because it always reminds me of shades that I haven't worn in a while. And for some reason, the berry tone and the brightness of that one really had me craving to wear it. So beautiful. So that was fun to do those those comparisons to remember that one. So I feel like this one is a little bit different, and I'll let you decide if you want to get it, if it's different enough for you, but I love the formula and I love the color, and I do think it is fun for summer, although I'm kind of craving it right now as we're in spring. But hey, they release the collections early enough that you can wear the summer collections in spring. What I also love about this is I also think it would be really pretty to wear in the fall. Then we have Sun Renity. It's a beautiful warm pink with a little bit of purple undertone. It's got like a berry color to it, but it's a little bit soft and muted. This one I also feel like would be really pretty in the spring, summer, or fall. And so I like that you can kind of have that extension of a color, and the formula is really creamy and nice and buildable on this one. It has a really glossy, thicker formula as well. I really liked it. I had a hard time pulling out comparisons because I felt like there wasn't anything exactly close to this, so I still feel like Essie's doing a good job coming up with colors that are just a touch different. And I'm telling you, some people look at some of my swatches and are like, those are exactly the same, but I can see the slight differences. So I don't know, I guess it just depends on how you look at it. But for me, I'm like, these are slight differences that make a difference. Okay, they're similar, not the same. And this is the one that I'm wearing on my nails, and I love it. And I love it with this green color. I just had to wear green today with this because it's so cute. It is interesting that it's a little bit more muted. I feel like this color palette, half of it's muted and half of it's a little bright. It's a very interesting collection, but I'm liking a few of them for sure. So these are the closest that I could find. I searched and searched and searched, and please tell me if I'm missing anything though, because I feel like there's got to be something exactly the same as this. I know I say that here and there in my videos, but let me know if I'm missing something. I might be. I could be. I just found there were a lot of polishes that were a lot more purple or berry or darker or richer or more pink. So let's look at them. I compared it to Splash of Grenadine, and that one's lighter and definitely a Crelly formula. I love that one, you guys. I don't know what it is about that polish with the Crelly formula. You definitely need 3 coats on that one, but it is just squishy and gorgeous, and it had me wanting to wear that one too. And then the Girls Are Out is a very similar shade. It does have a sheer formula though and some glitter in it. That was the one that I felt like the color tone was the closest on. And then, but I think the formula is way better than that. It's just a better polish. That one's like the old formula that Essie used to have. And then Slumber Party On is a darker pink and it's brighter. So tell me, am I missing something? I don't know, but I do love this polish. The last one here is It's All Bright, and this is an interesting shade for this collection. Yeah, I think it's pretty. It's prettier than I thought just because it is that sheer with the shimmer and a little bit of pearliness. It is a little bit more shimmery, but it's a nice color tone. So it's almost like a champagne, but it has more of like, I want to say nutty. Why I say nutty, it's a little brown, it's a little tan leaning, and so it's different. I don't know. It's opaque in 2 coats. The formula is really great and it builds up really nice. Let's look at it. I just pulled out some polishes to compare so you could get an idea of the color tone, but I feel like this one's pretty unique, but I just grabbed some Essie so you could see where it kind of fit in. So I compared it to Jingle Bell, and that one's more silver. Beyond Code, so I feel like it's kind of in between those with a hint of tan. And then Gadget Free is more warm and slightly different as well. So hopefully that's helpful in you getting an idea of the color tone, because I think it's going to be hard to tell that, but I do think it looks pretty, and I do think it would be kind of cool on the toes to have this in the summertime. So I might try that. We'll see. I've been getting pedicures and it's been so nice. I just get whatever gel I pick at the salon, but I'm always wanting to try some of these gold polishes in the summer. Maybe I should just try to pick gold kind of shiny color at the salon. And I think this would be pretty on the toes too, like I mentioned before. I think it's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna pick my favorites. Look how cute these are. And these are obviously the more summery out of them. I do think they can be good for spring. I do think they can be good for fall. So that's kind of nice too. But I do like the shades of them. So we've got this one called Glisten to Your Heart, which is the gold pearly one. Meditation Haven. Sun Renity and Breathe In and Breathe Out. I will say my top favorite is this yellow. Maybe my top two are these two, just because they're pretty unique and I just can't get over this yellow. I'm so excited to wear it this summer at the beach or the pool or something. It's just so bright and fun, and I think this looks so cute with different colored swimsuits, like black, or I have like a pinky coral, which I think this would be cute with. I have a cute striped one. I have a hot pink one, which I think this would be cute too. Yeah, I think about that. Don't you think about that? If you're watching this video, you probably think about it too. Super excited about this one. Thank you so much for watching. That was my first summer review. I know the collections are going to start pouring out, but I am going to have a few more spring reviews coming as well. So look forward to those. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like as you leave this video. I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all those who comment. And thank you to those who are subscribing. I appreciate it so much. And we will see you next time. Bye guys.